So, you're curious about the process of deferring medical school. Well, I feel for you. In fact, I was you just a few months ago. Today, we're going to go over why I deferred, and I'm going to go over exactly how I deferred. I hope to provide a model to you about what's reasonable with regards to deferring and what isn't. So, Mr. Garbanzo Beans, are we ready to get into it? Now, I come from a family that isn't super well to do. In fact, we struggled a lot financially when I was growing up. I have 3 brothers. That's too many boys, just saying. And honestly, I was a pretty bad student too. In fact, the only time I got a 3 point whatever was when my parents said, Brian, if you get above a 3.6, we'll get you a cell phone. You bet I got that 3.6. I got a 3.8, baby. When I was young, I never thought about becoming a doctor. When I went into high school, I had this super hard teacher that everybody was afraid of. His name was Mr. Cleft, and Mr. Cleft used to be Dr. Cleft. Mr. Cleft saw me, and he saw how much I love biology and how much I love helping people. So he took me under his wing and he started training me to become a doctor and introducing me to the idea of actually becoming one. Now, his story is really sad. He suffered with alcoholism like a lot of surgeons do. He was performing neurosurgery under the influence of alcohol, which a nurse detected and reported. He lost his license, his practice, his job, and he ended up coming to work as a high school teacher. Mr. Cleft inspired me to go into medicine. I went to UC Santa Cruz, which is famous for reorienting people's worldviews. I started to do better in college as I went through the process. While I did that, I started to understand just how much money doctors in America make and how unfair that is for medical assistants and front desk staff and managers. In fact, one could even say that doctors are kind of morally culpable to give up a bit more of their income, seeing how you could easily save the life of somebody with a very rare disease for $50,000, and the average pay for a surgeon in the United States is around $300,000 in 1 year. When I got into medical school, happiness flowed over me like water for that spider that lives in your toilet. I blissfully floated through the next few months, surfing my brains out, running through the forests of Santa Cruz, playing guitar, and reading. And that's what got me. I started reading a fantastic book called Mountains Beyond Mountains by Tracy Kidder. And folks, it wrecked me. It's about a doctor named Paul Farmer that goes to Haiti and dedicates his entire life to helping people there and in developing countries. I felt a deep connection with this doctor after I saw him changing the lives of people in Cuba and Peru and Russia. Most of the people who suffer the most from disparity in healthcare are in Central America or South America, and I can't communicate with them. So, one morning at 3 a.m. I realized, why don't I just take a year? Why don't I just take a year and go to Central and South America, become fluent in Spanish, help as many people as I can in medical clinics, make all the connections I need to do surgery after medical school, not have the medical school debt I will after or the family, and travel pretty carefree. And maybe you're thinking about doing that too, and maybe it's not a bad idea. I contacted the admissions committee and I non-committedly asked about the possibility. They fielded it to the other members as I'm posting for you guys, and they thought it was a dang good idea. I'm going to be able to communicate with so many more people. I'm going to have a ton of excellent life experiences, and I'm going to make all of the connections I need to go to rural areas where people need help and help them. So here I am, guys. That's why I'm in this old looking house. I've sold everything I own. I sold my car yesterday. I sold my guitar. I sold pretty much everything I have. I'm only down to 1 surfboard right now. On Monday, September 19th, in just 6 days now, I'm going to Mexico, Oaxaca. And I'd love it if you come with me and see the adventure I'm going to go on. Now, I want you to write below if you want to make your journey a little less typical than the average medical school applicant. If you have anything that you're thinking or any questions you got that I can make videos about, because I would love to. I want to support you guys as my audience. I really appreciate you coming to my channel today, and I hope you enjoy the videos I'm going to be coming out with from now on. All the best, my friends.